What's going on, everybody? Thank you for clicking in. We're doing a little bit different video than what you normally see on the We'll Fix It team channel, but we dabbled in a lot of everything. And this Cobra radio, I'm working on a Cobra 2000 mobile, CB radio, regular 40 channel radio. And I do a quick video. I'll try my best to describe what this thing was doing, so maybe it matches some of your similar problems, and maybe this will help you diagnose it. But we haven't figured this out yet. But I'm gonna put this out there, and once I finally figure this out, I'll do a final video on this. But this is where I'm at, and this is what I found so far. So let me flip the camera around real quick. Okay, real quickly, what I'm using to be safe is I'm using a regulated limited current DC power supply so that I don't plug it straight into the wall, because this thing had a really bad short. And what it would do is, bear with me, I'm going to be as quick as I can with my description here, is when I would turn this thing on, the speaker made like an ocean sound. It wouldn't have any real relative output. It would show some signs on my little watt meter there. This thing's going to a dummy load that I've got set up, and anyhow, but it would short also. It'd be like a dead short almost. You could actually watch this is a little 2 amp meter right here, and you could see it start to pick up and just go way over like something shorted. It would dim down the display, or put the display out, right here where it was pretty much pulling all the current down. And I've tried already, and just for the record, I've tried messing with the finals. The 1969 is for AM finals. The 2166, if I remember right, is for the sideband. You got 1969 is AM, the other one's for sideband. And when I would disconnect the AM 1969, my short would go away. So I said, oh wow, I've got a bad final. And I've tried disconnecting and taking out the audio chip, the regulator that's over here on the board that regulates the current on the board, that keeps it steady. Even if you're using DC power, you want that regulator has a specific job. What you're looking at here is an add-on. Was hooked up for a pot for variable power, so you could change the dead key output. And I would have okay audio, or I could receive a signal with this unhooked. As soon as I hook this up, my signal or my audio would go away from my receive, and I hear that really terrible ocean sound. And so I said, well, I've got to have some kind of short in this thing. So I changed the 1969 final. It still did the same thing. I could take it, disconnect it, the short would go away. I'm not a radiologist, but I try my best to fix things. This is a friend of mine's radio. I'm just trying to, he bought this thing new. He's an older gentleman, and so it means a lot to him to get this thing running. So basically, I'm just putting as much effort as I can into it. We've got some equipment to work with things here, and I do some radio repairs, but I'm learning every day. We've got different things. An old Simpson 260 that can do it, or 270. It does 5,000 volts, so I can check plate voltage on stuff. A Variac, and I've got another one set up for this, that, and a capacitance meter, different things. So we've got a few tools to work with, and we're going to do our best. I have removed a couple of chips, just trying to find where the short is, and I've got a desoldering tool up here that helps me out a lot. So I was able to desolder, and I've noted the position. First, by the way, this so far I've gotten to this point. This is something to do with the finals. It's actually in the back of the radio right here. Now my short's gone. I took this out, but not before I tried desoldering this circuit, or this chip right here, which is in the front of the board. This chip right here, which is in the side of the board over here. And then what this thing does, by the way, in case you want to know, it's this funny looking little deal right here. It's this integrated circuit right here. It has something to do with the frequency oscillation. When I take it out, it just shows 92 on the 92 megahertz on my frequency counter, which means this has something to do with base operational oscillation. This FYI, in case you're working on those radios, because when I take this out, turn it on, it just shows 92 on my freak counter. So evidently that has something to do with that. But anyways, I got to this one right here, and so far my short is gone, even with my 1969 hooked up. And I think this is something to do with this is like a pre-driver, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if we can get a number in there or not. I'll have to take, I don't know, I have to look at that a little bit better, but that's, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start putting everything back little by little. I'm going to check to see if my short comes back. The board kind of boogered up right here a little bit. I'm going to have to make a jumper for that because the trace came off the board. We'll fix that. If that fixes the short, I've got a parts radio over here on the floor. I can take that out and see if it makes it. I know that part was good. There was something else wrong with that radio altogether different. So I'm just basically process of elimination. So wish me luck on this, and then we'll see what happens here. So I want to flip the camera back around, and thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see what happens here, guys.